from Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. The New England Patriots taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
It is a chilly night here in the northeastern U.S., but we've got some football to keep us warm at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So now the Patriots getting set to take over on offense. As we take a peek at the Oklahoma State product, their quarterback, Mason Rudolph.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
This pass finds its way to Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
First and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Ball carrier.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Davis, he'll try to run for it. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, here's Rudolph. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins.
Rudolph's pass complete.
The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 5 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
On the draw, this is Davis. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
3rd and 2.
Here's Rudolph. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And this is caught. The fake punt works to absolute perfection. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Now the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. So they catch him napping a bit. They go with a fake punt, able to get it out complete, and then take it all the way into the end zone for 6 points. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback. Back in the NFL for the first time since 2016, it's Colin Kaepernick.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. James White's first carry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 90 yards.
And in doing preparation for the game, you notice where guys rank in the league in terms of statistical categories. He's 4th in the league in receiving yards. That caught my attention in a positive way.
2 yards on the pickup.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Baltimore.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Gordon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 16 yards, a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Gordon on first down. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the Patriots 20.
Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Patriots 7, Ravens nothing.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Cap, he's going to look to run. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. His pass caught at the 4. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after it.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Lambo will put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 32-yard.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least 1 home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Rudolph. His throw incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
They throw again on 2nd down. This one's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. On the run, it's Davis. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rudolph on the slant, complete to Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Rudolph. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Another try after the first down sack. Rudolph, wide open receiver, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
New England on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. On
1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. Finds the open target, Arnold. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, that allows your blitzers to get there.
From the gun on third down, Kaepernick. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's fourth down. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Patriots 10, Ravens 6.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On first down, Rudolph. They will find Davis. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple.
To Mike Davis. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rudolph. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here comes a first down throw from Rudolph. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 4 yards. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by White. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
James White, the ball carrier.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup.
On the option, it'll be Kaepernick. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. And that is incomplete.
Kaepernick's pass intended for Kelvin Harmon. Incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Drew Kaiser now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is taken at the 23. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Patriots take over. So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Patterson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For the Patriots. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They run with Patterson. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
The ball carrier.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
Davis.
8 at the 46-yard
And
line.
across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Oh, Watt shaken up. J.J. still down here following that last play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Now Rudolph. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
7-yard line.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rudolph now to throw. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air, Rudolph on second down. And they'll go back to Hopkins, and this time he's got him. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
First and goal.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Back to the air, Rudolph. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Lead to Jared Cook.
That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career. That ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
They'll try to punch it in with Davis. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Mike Davis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Point after, right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
James White, the ball.
Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, here's Kaepernick. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Here's Kaepernick to throw. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
He was covered by.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough. To throw, Kaepernick. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Incomplete.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball. And that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now it's Davis. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
The tackle made by Clay Matthews. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Rudolph on 3rd down. He dumps this off underneath. First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Patterson on the carry. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, oh, he's a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw, Rudolph. And brought in by the tight end, Cook.
Rudolph's pass.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Jared Cook. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 38-yard line.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
17. Ravens 6.
2nd and 4. Rudolph looking to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 17-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
On 1st down, Patterson able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
The ball carried.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
A gain of 4.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Good for a Patriots. First
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Here's Rudolph. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Able to get there and pick it.
intercepted by the Ravens.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. So
after the INT, it's Kaepernick. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
To James White. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
Kaepernick to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Isaiah Simmons there defensively.
On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick.
Open man is Duvernay.
Kaepernick.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Kaepernick again.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
On 1st down, Kaepernick. This is White on the screen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st down.
Into the red zone now. Kaepernick. Now he's flushed out left. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
That's complete right around the 8. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
To Alex Erickson.
Alex Erickson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Good. That keeps the score. Patriots 7.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Cordero Patterson on the return. The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 30.
New England trying to get a place on offense.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Andy Lee now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now Colin Kaepernick and the offense heading back out onto the field. I would imagine you want to win every game big, but if you're a quarterback in the NFL, this is the spot that you love.
You've been dreaming of it since you were a kid, playing in the backyard or the front yard, wherever, where you went through those imaginary situations. Now it's real, though. What practice have you put in since the OTAs, the mini camps, preseason camp, sequence of plays, get the ball to the outside, get it out of bounds, save your timeouts, move the ball downfield to get your team in a position to win the game.
And a field goal, of course, no good. They need a score. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A gain on the play.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a pass dropped off here for James White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got
right around the 47 this time. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen.
The 2nd down.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
So the Patriots coming out now. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. 1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once more, they turn to Patterson. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they take a knee. The Patriots in the victory formation as they'll take the knee. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Patriots, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.